Alright, today is Tuesday, August 23rd, 2011. I just want to go over the morning session from the CFRN Live Trading Training Room. This morning we didn't have, given that the market's up 200 points, you would think we had a bunch of trades, but the market opened plus 100, no, actually didn't open plus 100 points. It got up to 113 points or something like that while we were in the live trading session, and then it went sideways a lot. It had this big run right here, right as we finished the morning session, so we didn't get any of that. It didn't set up for us anyway. It set up over here. This was the only setup, long right over here. But I'll go over the trades that we did take. Alright, not so much the ones that we couldn't take or the ones that didn't set up. We had our first trade of the morning was a short right over here. You see we were down below the elbow, down below the BBC. Price came up here to the BBC after putting in a lower swing pivot. We had a bubble down here on the chop bands, so we shorted the BBC right here and we took 2 points profit on that. Now as the morning wore on, we didn't take this trade right here because we had this swing pivot right here, which we could draw a trend line up. I like it to come clean off the swing pivot, not put in any higher swings on the way up for a short. So we didn't have any trade right in there. Okay, coming across here, our first other opportunity was right here. We didn't take that one, we missed it. Okay, then we didn't get a bubble for this one right here. Over here, we didn't take this because we came up here near the zone and then we put in sort of a double top right here. We didn't take that one. Let's see, it kept moving up. The zone was messing with us all morning. Right, I didn't take this one over here because we had this pivot right here. That one worked out, but I didn't take it. We had no bubble on this one. And going into the zone down here, over here, I took this trade right here. We had the bubble, the higher swing. It pulled back down to the BBC. I took this trade. It went up here and then it closed up there and it pulled back down to my break-even spot and got me out at break-even. It did go up exactly to the swing pivot, but it didn't put in a higher swing, so we weren't looking for anything else there. Over here on the short side, I took this one and I got out break-even on it. I'm not sure. I don't remember why I got out break-even on that one. Was that the one that I got in at 30? Yeah, I got in at 34 on that. That was it. I got in at 34 and I'll show you on the 10K. There was an entry on the 10K at 34.75. All right, but it went in my favor a little bit, but I didn't like my entry, so I got out at break even on that one when I had the opportunity. Over here, a little farther along, there was a trade right here. I didn't take this trade because it was sitting right on top of the elbow extension right here, and I actually said that in the room, so I'm not sure that was a borderline valid trade because it was sitting right on top of the elbow extension. All right. After that, we didn't look at these trades in here, but we closed up above the elbow while we were breaking out of the bands, so there would have been a trade right here. And had you missed that trade, there was a bubble and a pullback to the BBC above the elbow extension right there for the move up. And that was it for the morning on the ES. Unfortunately, we're plus 8 ticks on the morning session on the ES. Okay. The only other trades we took were on the YM this morning. Okay, I'll blow that up so you can see that. Let me spread it out a little bit. Alright, this is our whole morning on the YM. Our first trade right here, we had divergence, and it closed down below the MA1. Those of you who are partners that made it into the meeting last week, you know what I'm talking about with all this. Those of you who are partners who made it to the live training sessions, then you know some of what I'm talking about. But anyway, I entered in right here, and I think I took 8 or 9 ticks on that. All right. Then the market moved up here. It was our first pullback up to the BBC. I tried to short it here, but it stopped me out. I didn't have much risk on it, and it stopped me out. So I think I lost a few ticks on that one. All right. We came back around over here. Down here, after crossing bullish, right here, we couldn't go long off of this because it was going right into a weekly trading zone. Once we got up above the zone, there was an opportunity to go long here, but I prefer to have divergence with a trade like that. and I'll show you what I mean because I just did it. But I did take, once we did get the divergence down there, I did take the close up above. I mean, I didn't take it, but it set up there. Sorry, I didn't take the close up above, but it set up and it moved up off of that. What I did take was this one over here, and this had divergence. Okay, I took this one and I just didn't have enough risk on it, and that one stopped me out for a few ticks. I think 7 ticks I lost on that one. So at this point right here, I think I was down 3 ticks. Okay, that got me into this trade over here, which put me, I think I gained 20 ticks or 18 or something like that on this one. This was a typical YM trade. We had the bearish cross and the pull back up to the BBC, so I shorted the BBC, and I was looking for, I was risking 7 to look for 20, and I think I got most of the 20 out of that. The next trade that I took, you see we had this big run up here while we were on break. We had this huge run up here. Price pulled back down to the BBC here. I entered down here, well, just as the show was starting, I entered down here and I was long, and I took an exit up here at the MA1. So I'm not even sure where I stand right now as far as points, but I exited at the MA1. Plus 24 ticks on the YM. So on the morning, we have plus 8 on the ES, that's 100, and plus 24 on the YM, that's 120. So we're plus 220 in the morning session per contract. Okay. There were some other opportunities. Let me show you on the 10K here. I'll show you that one trade that I ended up taking a break even on. I did take it on another DOM, and I got 2.25 points out of it on another DOM. Oops. Oh, I thought I had pointed it out already. Okay, it was right here. It was setting up over here at 35.25. Yeah, 35. This short right over here is what was setting up on the 10K after the bearish cross. It was looking to pull back up here. I think I had shorted that at 34 on the 4-tick range ES chart. And so from 34 my stop was up at 36. I wasn't expecting this to go through the BBC, so we were good with that, and then it moved down as it should have to gain the points there. Okay, now over here you can see what's going on right now. We're getting a bearish cross right here at the weekly trading zone, and the cycle is in favor of a move down. I had drawn this trend line on here a while back before we came down and bounced off it right here. I had drawn this trend line on here. So it wouldn't shock me to see that thing move all the way down here to this trend line. All right. Dwayne was talking about watch the early morning rallies fizzle. That could be the start of the fizzle right there. All right, in my opinion. Let's see. And that was pretty much it. I can show you some other markets. I can jump over to the 6E. The 6E had some big moves last night and this morning. You see right here, the way that the 6E is traded on the breaks of the elbow is you get your close up, and the close up above that is when you would go long. Close below the elbow, close below that is when you would short. Close above for a long. Alright, the 6E is pretty tired at this point in the day, but if you go back to earlier trades when it had some activity, close below, close below here with a close below there. There was no second close above here, there was just a close above and no second close, so there was nothing there. You can see we have the zones here as well, but there's a close above with a close above right into the zone. A close below with a close below, and you can see that move down. 15 points or 15 pips. This one, you had your close above here and the close above there, and that moved up. From wherever I'm just running through them, but 43.86 all the way up to 40, almost 100 pips. So that's the 6E. The 6E is tradable using the same indicator set, using all the same stuff. All right. And that was our morning, guys. We ended plus 8 on the ES and plus 24 on the YM.